right, it's a beautiful day. Hello and welcome to Breaking Today. My name is Nick Mudimba. Our sign language interpreter is Ms. Evelyn Wangui. Straight to our first story of the day. The KCPE examination entered its second day today, with the executive led by Deputy President William Ruto and Education CS taking charge. The three-day exercise has so far been successful, save for a terrorist attack in Wajir yesterday night that saw pupils in some schools start the exams late.
To ensure they are not tampered with.
Deputy President Dr. William Ruto on Tuesday led other government officials in distributing and inspecting the KCPE exams. Speaking at Ngong Primary School, the DP affirmed that the exercise was smoothly operated across the country, confirming that no student has missed the exams, including those from Precious Talent who met calamity several weeks ago.
All the exams have been delivered in all the centers, and as of this morning, there is no candidate who has not sat their exams.
The exams kicked off early this morning at 8 a.m. and concluded at 3 p.m. where the candidates sat for science and Kiswahili exams across the country. Speaking at Monyambo Primary School in Voi County while inspecting the exams, Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha assured a smooth exam exercise despite challenges of floods experienced in some parts of the country, noting that the government has increased number of choppers to ferry exam papers in places affected by floods.
The strategies that we have laid in place, it seems that this year we are going to have a serious flood problem, but the government is responding as the situations arise. So let us not blow anything out of proportion.
He further noted that the government is planning to reduce the number of security deployed due to the discipline records.
The last year where we shall have this heavy security, because we have sanitized now, this is the fourth class that we are sanitizing. And there may be need for less security next year because the children that we have from Form 1 to 3 now were properly selected. And if we complete this one, the next class will also have been properly selected. So we are going backwards to where we used to be. Hearing, there's students with special needs as a whole, hearing impaired included. Whenever I'm briefing His Excellency the President, he starts with asking for those his special children. And we give them, first of all, we give them more money per child. We give them special attention when we are producing their materials. And even here, I hope the head teacher is aware that they are entitled to 30 minutes.
In Kirinyaga County, Francis Murithi Mugondo and Rose Njeri Rure of Frama Academy were arrested by Kirinyaga Central Sub-County Commissioner Daniel Ndege and Director of Education Grace Wanjiru and police after they tried to deny a candidate from entering exam room to write his exam. Despite heavy downpour in Nyeri, County Commissioner Yatich Kipkemei assured all the necessary measures were in place to ensure examination material arrives in centers on time.
This morning we have been having a lot of rains, but everything has gone well. All the containers have been opened and exams are on the process of being dispatched. And we are anticipating a lot of rains during the day and probably tomorrow, but we are prepared to ensure that this exam is well managed.
In Wajir, some students were not able to sit for the examinations due to insecurity problems. The three-day exercise, which kicked off on Tuesday, is expected to conclude tomorrow. Bethel Ongidi, Switch TV.
Residents of Taita Taveta County have submitted a petition to suspend Taita Taveta County government. Some of the issues that are said to have led to the petition to be presented at the Office of the President include failure by the county government to remit statutory deduction of relevant institutions, including Kenya Revenue Authority, National Hospital Insurance Fund, National Social Security Fund, among others. Take a look.
Just a few days after the High Court restrained the Senate from deliberating or continuing the impeachment of Taita Taveta Governor Granton Samboja, the Office of the President has presented a petition it received from Taita Taveta residents with regards to the suspension of Governor Samboja from office to IEBC. Kennedy Kiara, who is the Principal Administrative Secretary at the Office of the President, says they have since approached the IEBC to confirm signature verification.
The President has received a petition from voters in Taita Taveta County with a request to suspend their county government. We are here to present signatures and the names of the petitioners, the IEBC, because IEBC is the only body that takes custody of the voters' register.
According to Kiara, a total of 155,000 signatures have since been presented.
And the law demands that those names and ID cards must be verified as bona fide before we can take the next steps.
IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati on his part says that the Commission will go ahead to conduct a verification to confirm the signatures presented, and in 5 days' time will hand over the report findings.
The Commissioner's depositor of the voters' roll. We don't have signatures of the voters. And so what we shall be doing is checking the names and the information given to us, whether they exist in our voters' register. And this must be voters of Taita Taveta County.
On July 3rd, Taita Taveta Governor Granton Samboja made an appeal to President Uhuru Kenyatta to dissolve his county government to offer the devolved unit a fresh start. Later, earlier this month, Samboja was impeached over alleged gross misconduct, which include failure to submit the county assembly an annual report on the implementation status of the county policies and plans, misappropriation of funds, as well as misleading the people of Taita Taveta County in dissolving the county. Katie Lale, Switch TV.
President Uhuru Kenyatta on Tuesday held talks with His Majesty King Abdullahi of Jordan, discussing the progress in trade and bilateral relations between Kenya and Jordan. The leaders who have been invited to the conference being held at the King Abdulaziz Conference Center in Riyadh aims actually at establishing a special status relations, directing their respective ministries to fast-track the implementation of bilateral trade agreements. President Kenyatta also sought the support of King Abdullahi II in Kenya's bid for the non-permanent UN Security Council seat during the conference that is being attended by more than 40,000 participants, including the biggest names in the world financial world. Now, discussions are also actually rather expected to follow suit on a transformative change in Africa and policy intervention required to spur growth in the continent.
To realize that we are natural partners, to realize that the opportunities that exist for mutual prosperity in between our two regions are tremendous.
For us, there's a lot of opportunity for investment, even farming, because grow food and bring here, this investment can actually be enhanced through a discussion, a further discussion between us.
Deputy President William Ruto on Tuesday hosted grassroots leaders from Kibra constituency to support for the Jubilee Party candidate McDonald Mariga ahead of the forthcoming by-election. Now, our reporter Hussein Ahmed with more of that.
Despite an attack on Mariga's vehicle last Saturday during his campaign trail, he was today hosted in Kibra by the Deputy President William Ruto. Mariga said he had forgiven the youth who had been misused to attack his convoy. Ruto said that Mariga is there to help Kibra residents and not work for the Jubilee Party.
Watu wa Kibra tumekubaliana. Tutatembea pamoja. Mimi nawaomba kwa heshima tupige kura kwa McDonald Mariga. Huyu ndio daraja yetu, ndio daraja ya Uhuru Kenyatta, ndio daraja ya serikali ya Jubilee kuja Kibra kubadilisha Kibra. Sawa sawa? Tuko pamoja?
Kwa sababu tunajua, mimi naamini njia tatu ndio inaweza tupatia mapato. Tunajua ni biashara, talent na education. Na tumeamua education lazima tuweke mbele. Education, wale mambo ya basari lazima tuiunge mkono na tuifanye vizuri vile ilikuwa inafanywa na njia nzuri bila ubaguzi. Na basari tumeipandisha from 5,000 to 10,000. Ndio watoto wetu wasaidike hapo vizuri, si kweli?
In preparation for the by-election, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has also released the number of Kibra registered voters who will decide their next MP following a verification exercise. A number of polling stations will also be affected by the ongoing national examinations thereby forcing Electoral Commission to change 6 polling stations, including Raila Education Center, Olympic Primary, to schools that are not doing their national examinations.
You have been careful. You have noted that we have increased our polling stations from 180 to 183. And just to be clear, we have added 3 polling stations because of the increased number of registered voters who are registered between the years of 2017 to 2019 before we received the notice of the death of the former Member of Parliament. So we have created 3 more polling stations, and that is Lindy Mosque grounds. We have 1 extra polling station. We have an extra polling station at Toy Market, and another extra station at NCC Dagoretti Corner, where we are here.
Mariga said that among the problems that are affecting Kibra youth who are talented in football is lack of passports and identification cards, thereby hindering them from going to abroad to achieve their dreams. Hussein Ahmed, Switch TV.
Hundreds of residents from various parts of Machakos County turned up to receive free legal advice. Lawyers from Machakos also turned up at the Machakos Law Courts to offer the free services. The Legal Awareness Week is the first of its kind to be held in Machakos by the Law Society of Kenya. Locals facing various problems, including child molestation, maintenance, and land-related issues, received free legal advice on how to go about their cases in order to get justice. Addressing journalists at the Machakos Law Courts, Mutia, of course, said the exercise was of great help to those who, for various reasons, have not been able to access the courts for redress. During the Legal Awareness Week, countrywide organizations involved in legal work are given a chance to showcase the services with a view of promoting a better understanding by the public of the role lawyers play in the advancement of legal literacy and advocacy. Well, over 1 million Kenyans have been trained by Google on various digital skills relevant to their career goals, which has led to creation of new jobs such as content creators and YouTubers, as well as business growth. Yasmin Hamdan with more.
Who's going to be announcing a one-of-a-kind.
In an effort to put Kenya's art and culture in the world map, the Ministry of Sports, Art and Culture, in partnership with Google, has come up with art and culture-based apps where everyone can have access to museums and galleries and able to access rich cultural heritage and discover interactive cultural activities.
In our history, will enable audiences to access the collections of the National Museums of Kenya online. Digitization of our intangible heritage will help us better preserve and broaden access to collections, but it will also enable us to engage, to inform, and inspire audiences in a way that will have a deep and positive impact on society as a whole.
With nearly a half of children in the sub-Saharan lacking education, Google has come up with Bolo, an application that makes literacy more accessible and fun for children, at the same time improving reading proficiency. Currently, the application has about 30 African origin books, hence helping learners to learn more about the African culture. The tremendous growth seen in the digital world has led to the growth of various YouTubers, with those who have surpassed the 100,000 subscribers mark in YouTube today receiving Silver Play Button Awards. Yasmin Hamdan Harub, Switch TV.
We're now taking a short break, right in Breaking Today. When we come back, I'm telling you more about a disaster actually wreaking havoc in Somalia. Al-Shabaab doing their thing. Also, there are floods in that country, so that means there's still a double problem in that country. So they're coming to you after a short break. Welcome back to Breaking Today. Now, the government will set up an intra-governmental committee to seek solutions to manage challenges facing Karatina Market Hub in Nyeri County. Traders at the 475 million shillings facility, which is the largest open-air market in East Africa and also the second largest in Africa after Kano in Nigeria, have in the recent past raised concerns over some challenges which they want the government to address in order to allow them to operate efficiently and realize benefits from the modern market. The developments comes in the wake of the media report last week alleging that the traders had shunned the market, leading to 2 of the 3 floors unoccupied and turned to a playground for children who joined their parents at a school. Another issue of concern to the traders carried in the report was unregulated business, where some traders operating from upper floors claimed they were disadvantaged because similar commodities are sold in the open air area. The report further alleged that traders were staring at a possible disease outbreak due to poor hygiene occasioned by lack of drainage and uncollected garbage.
The county government, according to the explanation that I have been given, is that they have a structure where they are zoning products. So it's like the structure is there and somehow it has not been implemented properly. So we will go and sit down with the county government to see that they enforce the law, because if they do proper zoning and enforce it, everybody will have an advantage of being able to sell this produce. If zoning was done properly, if you come to this Oko, and where you will get your product is in the third floor, you will definitely go there. But you see, if somebody is selling at that floor and another one is selling down here, definitely nobody will climb upstairs. And you see, at the end of the day, the government did this to accommodate more people, to give Wananchi more opportunities.
Numerous people are feared dead and an estimated 182,000 have been forced from their homes by floods in Somalia. Early seasonal rains in parts of the country have triggered torrential downpours, with the flood conditions in the southern areas being particularly damaging. Roughly 164,000 of those displaced by floods are in Beledweyne, also referred to as the Beletweyne, and surrounding areas alone. The heavy rainfall has caused rivers in Juba and Shabelle to overflow, causing floods in southern areas, including Hiba Shabelle and Jubaland. In the central city of the Beledweyne, the flooding caused a boat to capsize, throwing up to 20 people into the water, 2 of whom are believed to have been children. The number of those killed in the incident remains unknown, but reports put the death toll to actually 10 and 15 people. The intense rainfall has damaged farmlands in some of the worst hit areas and forces hundreds of thousands of people to abandon their homes.
Since yesterday, we are working on rescue operations. We so far have managed to find the dead bodies of 5 people. Thanks to Allah, we did our best and will continue looking for more dead bodies.
All right, California braced on Tuesday for the most powerful winds this season that threatened to spread destructive fires raging in the state that could spark new blazes. Now, thousands of firefighters were racing against the clock to gain control of the 2 major fires, the Kincaid Fire in Northern California and the Getty Fire west of Los Angeles. Now, the National Weather Service issued an extreme red flag warning indicating a high risk of wildfires for Southern California, with gusts of up to 130 kilometers per hour expected in the Santa Monica and Los Angeles County mountains. The Getty Fire, which began near the famous Getty Center Museum, erupted early Monday and by Tuesday afternoon had burned 656 acres and was 15% contained. Authorities said it was caused by a tree branch that fell on power lines.
This has been a tough week. As Mayor Garcetti said, this has been a long week. Fires in San Diego, fires here in Los Angeles. Before the Getty, it was the Tick Fire that generated a lot of consternation, a lot of stress. In Northern California right now, it's the Kincaid Fire. And there are people, potentially up to 300,000 customers, that may continue to see their lights out, which means roughly a full week with their lights out, which is simply unacceptable.
Prolific AFC Leopards striker John Makwata has claimed the SJAC LG Player of the Month award for August and September. Makwata has been the face of Ingwes revival and trounced teammate Benjamin Ochan, of course, and Gor Mahia's keeper Kenneth Muguna to claim the gong. Now, with just 4 matches played over the period, Makwata helped himself to 3 match-winning goals that swayed 14 votes his way. Makwata, previous recipient of the gong while shooting for Ulinzi Stars, took home a 49-inch television set courtesy of LG. The monetary incentive previously enjoyed by winners is lacking since the withdrawal of SportPesa as title sponsors.
Yeah. Even now, I want to be back to the national team because I've been there before, and my experience from outside also sometimes levels na change. You can be back, things cannot work, you can be back. So my target is still there. I still got the power, the edge is still there. So 2021 is Sifa. Itafika, and the target is to represent.
The national women's football team Harambee Starlets is set to return to camp on Thursday ahead of their Olympic qualifier against Zambia following a directive by the government. This follows numerous engagements involving Football Kenya Federation and CAS for Sports Ambassador Amina Mohamed. The CAS has also assured the Federation that budgetary requests regarding the team's upcoming fixtures against Zambia will be met. The government, through the National Sports Fund, has also released 3.9 million Kenya shillings to the Federation. The money is part of the 17 million shillings budget that the Federation had requested from the fund to go towards the preparation of Harambee Stars CHAN 2020 home and away fixtures against Tanzania. The Olympic qualifier against Zambia is scheduled for November 8th and 11th, 2019, home and away respectively.
Wameweza kupita, kazi nzuri imefanywa Madgo TV. Asanteni sana kwa kukaa ndani ya Madgo TV. Na basi kwako Curtis, imekuwaje mechi inakuwaje?
Vivian, umeona vipi mechi?
Sergio Aguero scored a brace as well as Manchester City qualified for the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup with a 3-1 victory over Southampton. The Saints held until actually 20th minute when they were slowed to react to a short corner and Nicolas Otamendi rose highest to nod home Bernardo Silva's cross. Sergio Aguero made it 2-0 before the break with his 11th goal of the season, finding space 6 yards out to turn in Kyle Walker's pullback. The Argentine striker added his side's third on 57 minutes, getting onto the end of a deflected shot and of course to steer the falling ball through Alex McCarthy's legs. Other matches saw Leicester City thrash Burton Albion 3-1 as Everton beat Watford 2-0.
Headed into the net by Southampton. They've pulled the goal back.
Lionel Messi scored 2 goals and provided 2 assists as Barcelona thrashed Real Valladolid 5-1 to return to the top of La Liga. Barca defender Clement Lenglet drove in an early goal before Kiko bundled in for Valladolid. Arturo Vidal poked in from Messi's pass to restore Barcelona's lead before the Argentine curled in a free kick in the 50th such goal of his career. Now there was more Messi magic to come in the second half as he superbly controlled an Ivan Rakitic ball with one touch before powering a fierce drive into the back of the net with another. It then completed his fine performance by slipping a ball through the defense for Luis Suarez to sweep his side's 5th.
First, a perfect pass through the season, and then Messi. A free kick masterpiece once more, brilliantly played into the top corner on Griezmann, and Messi soon made it 4. Nice pass from another sub of the day, and then his second assist. Just to
Kenya Premier League champions Gor Mahia have signed a 3-year partnership deal with Muhoroni Best Agrochemical and Food Company Limited. The company, which manufactures a Patriot vodka and alcoholic beverage, gave the cash-strapped Kenyan champions 2 million shillings to help the club ahead of the CAF Confederations Cup return leg against DC Motema Pembe in Kinshasa. God drew 1-0 with Motema Pembe during Sunday's opening leg in Kasarani and needed a win to actually reach the group stage of the competition. And of course, right now, just to brief you, what will be happening is Liverpool will be taking on Arsenal tonight, and of course Aston Villa Wolves in another Carabao fixture, and Chelsea, actually I think the biggest match of the day, Chelsea will be clashing with Manchester United. Now, Anthony Davis scored 40 points and grabbed 20 rebounds in 31 minutes as the LA Lakers used a third-quarter burst to roll past the Memphis Grizzlies 120-91 on Tuesday night. LeBron James had 23 points and 8 assists for the Lakers, who won the third consecutive contest. A very Bradley added 12 points. Rookie point guard Ja Morant scored 16 points, and Jonas Valanciunas actually had 14 and 11 rebounds for the Grizzlies. Grayson actually scored 13 points. Right, now, as I mentioned to you, tonight, biggest matches of the day, Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal. I'll be briefing you of the results actually tomorrow in a subsequent bulletin, so be sure to join Abul Ahmed tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. He brings you Diko Diko Viwanjani every day, and of course we'll be talking about these matches played tonight. My name is Nick Mudimba. Our language interpreter has been Evelyn Wangoi. Have yourself a beautiful night.